Censorship. Censorship is the practice of government suppressing unacceptable language and content in various types of media, such as books, movies, and music. Censorship has had a long history. The first glance we have at censorship occurred when Socrates was accused of corrupting youth and was sentenced to death by poison. Censorship is among us in our everyday lives. An easier example of this is found at the movie theater. Consider this. For extra credit in your history class, your teachers assigned you to see the movie Saving Private Ryan. Friday night, you all go to the movie theater and stand in line to buy tickets. When you get to the front of the line, the lady asks for your ID. You didn't realize it was a rated R movie and you're only 16. You call your mother because you need a parent present to complete your extra credit option. Another common example is the radio. The government decided that curse words are not to be heard on air, so the musicians either replace them with other words or they take them out completely. This tends to be a hassle for those musicians who tend to swear a lot, because they must make two different versions of their song, one for their own release, and one to be released to the radio station. They must also put a warning on their music saying it contains explicit content. Orwell's entire book of 1984 is solely written about the party and the censorship they invoke on the people of Oceania. The party's only purpose and way of maintaining power is to keep the public believing that they have never made a mistake. This is impossible, as humans do not have the precision to be right all the time. So they hire people to alter history, distort pictures, and make people disappear. One specific example of censorship in 1984 is the altering of photographs. The people hired at the Ministry of Truth are facetious, as they tell no truths at all. As quoted by the book, there were huge printing shops with their sub-editors, their typography experts, and their elaborately equipped studios for the faking of photographs. The main character of the book, Winston, witnessed the alteration of history every day as part of his job. Each day a new piece of news would come and that was found to be wrong, or that the party had falsely predicted. Winston's job was to write a new story, one that followed what had actually happened and make people believe that the party had been right all along. After writing fake information / lies made for people to believe, the master brain in the inner party would select this version or that, would re-edit it and set in motion the complex processes of cross-referencing that would be required, and then the chosen lie would pass into the permanent records and become truth. Orwell's book was more of a hyperbole to today's reality, but censorship is still a big part of our everyday lives. No matter where you live, censorship is taking place. Whether it's to protect the people or to remain powerful over them is the difference between the degrees in which censorship plays a part. China has become an increasingly alarming news story. The government in China tries to keep their citizens as uninformed as possible. They only want their people to have certain ideas, and those ideas align with the thoughts of the government specifically. The government keeps websites heavily filtered to keep people from finding new ideas and ways to rebel against traditional communist ways. They want their citizens to be smart enough to be good at their jobs, but not smart enough to question the sanity of the overlying power. Furthermore, Saudi Arabia also shelters their people to the outside world and tries to keep the people safe by allowing them only to read what the government approves. Lately, journalists are trying to push for freedom of press and testing the waters on what they can and cannot write about. Censorship can be viewed as a helpful tool for underage youth or a harmful filter to the citizens under strict government laws. Maybe a new view on how censorship is used should be considered and to put the use on a global scale to produce fair knowledge and availability to all of people.